Hello student, now we are seeing the first chapter rotational motion and this is the video number 4. You can just idea about this chapter rotational dynamics. We can see the 3 points and next point, this is nothing but the vertical circular motion. First we have to see the UCM, uniform circular motion. In that UCM the linear speed must be the constant, but in VCM linear speed does not remains constant. It can be changes its magnitude as well as direction. For that purpose we can see the one example. Take a heavy mass body which can be tied to the one end of the string and whirled in a vertical circle of radius r. This body having the suppose mass m. When this body moves in vertical circle, then it perform the VCM, that means vertical circular motion. Linear speed does not remains constant. We see here in this VCM, there are the two types of the forces acting on that body, and these two types of the forces is nothing but its weight mg act vertically downward direction, and second one is the tension in the string. First one is the weight mg, this is the vertically downward direction, and second one is the tension in the string. But this weight mg which can be resolved into two components, mg can be resolved into two components, mg cos theta along this line and mg sin theta perpendicular to this line. And so that in this VCM, when the body which can be moves from point BCA along this path, at that time the velocity goes on increasing along with the component mg sin theta. But when that body moves along with the BDA which can be opposed, its velocity goes on decreasing and which opposes by the component mg cos theta. And so that in this vertical circular motion, the resultant force acting on that body which is given by the T minus mg cos theta. Why this T minus mg cos theta? Because this mg cos theta which can be oppose the this speed of that body of that mass, and so that the tension minus this opposition component T minus mg cos theta is the resultant force. But this resultant force which can be the moves along the towards the center of the circular path, and so that which is acts as a centripetal force, and therefore we can write here this resultant force T minus mg cos theta is equal to mv square upon r. This is nothing but the centripetal force. T minus mg cos theta resultant force, but which can be the moves along the center of the circular path, so that which acts as a centripetal force, and therefore we can write here T minus mg cos theta is equal to mv square upon r in this vertical circular motion. In this VCM, the velocity does not remains constant, which can be changes in magnitude as well as direction, so that it is also known as non-UCM, because the velocity does not remains constant in magnitude as well as direction, so that it is also known as a non-UCM. We can explain about this vertical circular motion and what is the resultant force, that is the T minus mg cos theta is equal to mv square upon r. Next derivation, we can use this equation T minus mg cos theta is equal to mv square upon r. We ask the questions in your board theory paper. Derive the expression for the equation for the velocity and the energy at the different positions, lowest, highest and the midway. There are the numerical also asked on that topic. Find out the this velocity at the different positions, lowest, highest and the midway. There are the simple formulae for this. At the lowest position, this V1 is equal to the 5 rg, root of 5 rg. Then there is the highest point, the velocity at that point V2 is equal to root rg, and the midway, remember this midway point, the velocity of that body is equal to under root 3 rg. and we can solve the numerical by using these three formulas. For that purpose they are very important. So, we can derive this equation for the velocity and energy at the different positions. This derivation is very simple. For that purpose we can draw the circle, and there are the three positions we can state here. The A is the lowest position, B is the highest position, and the C is the midway position, and we have to find out the velocity at these three different positions, and this is the equation for the velocity and energy. For that purpose we have to consider when the particles perform in VCM, then its velocity does not remains constant, it can be changes its magnitude as well as direction. So that we have to consider here in the consider part, let T1 and T2 be the tension in the string at the point A and B respectively. पहा डायग्राम मध्ये tension T1 and T2 at point A and B respectively. Let V1 and V2 be the velocities at point A and B respectively. We can show here the velocities at point A and B, V1, V2, T1, T2 be the tension at point A and B respectively, and then the in any position vertical circular motion, the resultant force acting on that body, which is given by using the centripetal force, we can see just before this T minus mg cos theta is equal to mv square upon r. We can write the rearrangement, this mv square upon r is equal to T minus mg cos theta. Suppose this is our equation number first. In vertical circular motion, the resultant centripetal force act on that body, which is in the form of mv square upon r is equal to T minus mg cos theta. We have to see just. Therefore, at lowest position what will happen? At lowest point A, what is the tension? T is equal to T1. At lowest point, what is the velocity? V is equal to V1. But what is the angle? Theta is what there? Angle of inclination here, because this is at the rest point, lowest point, therefore theta is equal to 0, and all these values substituting in this equation number 1. T is equal to T1, V is equal to V1, and theta is equal to 0, substituting this equation number 1, then we get mv1 square upon r is equal to, instead of t we can write T1, therefore T1 minus mg cos 0, and we know that the value of the cos 0 is equal to 1, and therefore something into 1, this is the same, therefore T1 minus mg, this is the equation number 2. It is very easy. If you have to substitute this value in equation number 1, then you got this equation mv1 square upon r is equal to T1 minus mg. Also we have to see here the highest point B, this is the point B. Then what will happen? At the highest point B, we can substitute the T is equal to T2, V is equal to V2, and theta is equal to, what is the theta? From this point A to the B, this angle becomes 0, 90, and at the linear straight line here, so that this angle theta becomes 180, and we can substitute this angle theta is nothing but 180 at the highest point, which is in straight line, therefore theta is equal to 180. Then substituting this all these values in the above equation 1, then it becomes mv2 square upon r is equal to T2 plus mg. We can directly write here plus mg, because cos theta is nothing but what? Cos 180, and value of the cos 180 is equal to minus 1, and this minus this become plus, and therefore we can write here T2 plus simply mg. mv2 square upon r is equal to T2 plus mg. This is the equation number 1. But what will happen when this tension at the highest point, which is that very highest tension become increases and reach at the, it's in such a way that highest point it becomes 0. Tension at the highest point, it should be always equal to 0. Therefore, substituting this tension T2 0 in above equation 3, we get mv2 square upon r as it is, and this T2 is 0, we cannot write this, and instead of this only there is mg. mv2 square upon r is equal to mg, get cancelled, and v2 square is equal to rg, or v2 is equal to under root rg. This is the equation number 4. This equation number 4 shows that what is the representation of that equation 4? This expression gives the minimum velocity which the body possesses at the highest point, and so that the string does not slack. When the vertical circular motion is in constant, which the string does not slack. If the velocity at the highest point is less than the root gr, then the string will be slack and the body will not be able to continue in a vertical circular motion. And so that this is the very important expression for this V2 is equal to Rg at the highest point. You have to remember this. When this body is at the highest point at point B, then the velocity at this point V2 is equal to under root Rg, where R is the radius, G is the acceleration due to the gravity. This is the half part. Then we have to find out also V1 and the V3, that means midway point. Then how we can find out this V1 at the lowest point? For that purpose we have to considering by using the according to the law of conservation of energy, because we have to consider here the energy at point A as well as kinetic energy at point B, and by using the law of conservation of energy we can solve this, because we know that neither created nor destroyed energy can be converted into the one form into the another. So that we can use this law of conservation of energy. By using this, the kinetic energy at point A plus potential energy at point A is equal to kinetic energy at point B plus potential energy at point B. This is the, we can use the relation for the by using the law of conservation of energy. Now, what is the value of the kinetic energy at point A? This is the 1/2 mv1 square. What is the value of the potential energy at point A? Because potential energy, this is nothing but the storage energy, but this point is at A, this is the lowest point and there is no height, h is 0. Therefore, mgh, by substituting 0, this got the 0. Therefore, potential energy at point A is equal to 0. Therefore, we have to simply LHS is 1/2 mv1 square plus 0. At right side, kinetic energy at point B, this is nothing but what? 1/2 mv2 square we can write here, and potential energy at point B, you can see here the height h, this is nothing but what? From the point bottom A, lowest position to the highest position, and this is nothing but the diameter, and radius, this value is nothing but the radius, and radius r plus r, this is nothing but the 2r, and this is nothing but the, what is this value? This is the h, height h, and therefore substituting mgh, instead of h we can write here 2r, 1/2 mv1 square plus 0 is equal to 1/2 mv2 square plus mg, and instead of h we can write this r plus r, 2r. Okay. Then we can write again one rearrangement in mathematical steps. 1/2 mv1 square is equal to 1/2 mv2 square as it is. There here 1/2, here 1/2, here is not 1/2. Therefore, instead of this 2, we can adjust by multiplying the 2 by 2. Multiply by 2 and divide by 2. Instead of this 1/2, this 1/2, this 1/2, they get cancelled, and remaining term is v1 square is equal to v2 square and is equal to this 2 in bracket and this 2 multiply by 2. This is the 4 and m get cancelled, and only gr, this is nothing but the 4rg. You can just keen observe, then 1/2 get cancelled and only 2 is remain numerator, and this 2 into 2 4 and 4rg is there. Again, instead of v2 square we have to find out this v2 square. What is the v2 square? This is nothing but the rg, and therefore v2 square we have to substitute here rg plus 4rg. This is 1 4rg plus 4rg 5rg. v1 square is equal to 5rg. Taking the square root, v1 is equal to under root 5rg. This is the equation number 5, and this velocity, this is nothing but the at the lowest position, v1 is equal to under root 5rg. This expression gives the minimum velocity with which the body must possess at the lowest point, so that it can safely travel along the vertical circle of the radius r. And this is the very two important formulae at the highest and the lowest position. At the lowest we can find out this v1 is equal to 5rg under root, and at the highest position we have to find out the velocity V2 is equal to under root Rg. Also sometime you have to ask this velocity finding at the midway position, that means at the point C. We have to take here the Vm, m for the midway position. How it can be the solved? Midway position, the substituting the kinetic energy 1/2 m Vm square and potential energy is nothing but the mgr. But at the lowest point we can substitute this potential energy 0. We have to see further this at the point H we have to substitute 0, therefore potential energy gets 0, and the kinetic energy is nothing but we have to find out 1/2 m V1 square at lowest point, and substituting this in this above equation and solve this. In this this is for your assignment, you can substituting this value in this law of conservation of energy by using this equation and substituting this value, kinetic energy, potential energy at the lowest point, potential energy is 0 and kinetic energy is 1/2 m V1 square. These values can be substituted here and this value can be substituted here, then you got the equation 3/2 mgr is equal to 1/2 m Vm square, that is the midway velocity. Then 2 get cancelled, denominators terms, and only 3 mgr is equal to mm also get cancelled, Vm square is equal to 3 Rg or Vm is equal to under root 3 Rg. This equation gives the velocity for midway position. In this way, we can derive the equation for velocity and energy at the different position, lowest, highest and the midway. By using this also we can solve the numericals at different positions. If you got better understand, okay, thank you.